Diddly-umpity-doo, my big face. Good evening, me old sporadactysis, dinkles and poppety pings, and how the devil are you? I hope you're well. Are you joining me here in the bonny Scotland? I'm parked up for needs. I'm in my own time. I've clocked off. I can't get tipped until tomorrow. Where did we run to? We ran down the way yesterday to yonder and bloody blah de blah. I'm trying to think of the name of the place. Oh, Thatcham, that was it. We ran to Thatcham yesterday. Then we ran down to a place to the side of Marlborough. But by the time I got there, I couldn't get loaded. So I've loaded that this morning. I'm loaded for a place at bonny Scotland. So I'm parked up, literally right in corner front place. I can't get tipped till tomorrow. So we'll try again tomorrow. And after that, we're going to yonder, and then we're going back that road to the side of beyond. You know what I mean? We're getting about a bit. Anyway, I hope you're well. So I haven't had a chance to talk about talking, Maureen. Is that it again? I haven't had a chance to talk about radio show. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I made a few mistakes. If I'm being honest, and I am my own biggest critic, you know what I mean, I was a bit nervous. First 10 minutes or so, I was a bit nervous because I've not done it for a long time. And I could feel, during that first couple of links, I could feel my mouth drying up, like, you know what I mean? I thought, what the hell? It's a bit warm in studio anyway, with air conditioning on and theatre on and whatnot. But yeah, I soon settled into it. But I kind of went off at like 500 mile an hour. I had a load of things I wanted to say. I had some kind of a structure initially. I was going to ask a question, then play my driving song of the week out. Then I had a bit of a quiz, a cryptic clue quiz regarding the Travelling Wilburys. Basically, what I wanted to do, I wanted to play a couple of songs out by members of the Travelling Wilburys, like, i.e., for instance, George Harrison, Roy Orbiston, and Tom Petty, and then say, right, who or what links these people? The obvious answer was the Travelling Wilburys, but then for a trick question, I was going to say, well, I did say it, for a trick question, who played the drums? Because you know the five members: Roy Orbiston, the Big O, George Harrison, Jeff Lynne, Tom Petty, and of course Bob Dylan. The famous five were probably one of the best super all-star bands that never was. Do you know what I mean? Because they didn't really tour or anything, did they? And they only did that one album, which was brilliant. But the drummer was a fella by the name of Jim Keltner. And I had all that in mind, but then once people's texts started coming in, when I got people to WhatsApp and that, you kind of get sidetracked, and I'm like, whoa, and I'm full on. Oh, hey, you're right. Oh, you're joining me here, and blah, blah, blah. And I were in my element. I soon found my feet at it, and, you know, I could talk underwater, literally. But the thing is with me, I tend to go off on one. I'm thinking about one thing, and then I go off on a tangent, and I'll go on a completely different topic even. And before let me just put my teeth back in. There you go. And before I know it, I'm just waffling on and on and on and on and on. I mean, I ended up, I was like so many minutes over, so you've got to start deleting a few songs and that, which everybody starts the show so many minutes over because it's planned to the minute, to the hour, with the music and with the jingles in and whatnot. But as soon as you start talking, or doing a link as they call it, no sausages inside, just me, I was the sausage in my big fat face. As soon as you start doing a link and talking, obviously you're adding more time on, so you've got to, you know, balance it just right. But towards the end of the show, I was like, I was 3 minutes under. I was 3 minutes under, so it's showing you in red. I'm 3 minutes under, so that's no problem. I'll talk for a minute and a bit on one link, and then I'll get it down a bit, and on my last one I'll just say blah blah blah. Well, you seen video I put on, and I basically finished my show with 1 second under, but that just sorts itself out as you press play on your last song, and it fires itself right for when news comes in. So I finished on time, do you know what I mean? So I was quite happy with that. But I do find, you know, I am my own biggest critic. I made a few mistakes. It was difficult. I mean, there was a lad there sat with me, what you didn't see. There's a lad, he's the one what filmed later on. He sat with me. He's an experienced DJ and a presenter and whatnot. And, you know, he's seen me right. He does his own show during the week. He does the Drive Time show, a fella called Phil. Good lad, good mentor. And he's because I'm asking his advice, what button should I press it? And there's a lot to take in, because you're trying to do 5 things at once and keep an eye on everything, and then one the time, because you've got to be bang on timing and whatnot, do you know what I mean? So, but what I found was I needed to stick to some kind of a structure. I need to get some kind of a structure in my head saying, right, that's my features, that's what I'm doing, and that's what I'm going to talk about. I don't like scripted. I'm not a scripted person. I like ad-libbing, do you know what I mean? But I think what I need to do is clearly just have a link or start talking, but not go off on a tangent, stick to it, like, right, this is the question, that's the message, WhatsApp, give me your answers, and then when people text in, I can act crack with them, do you know what I mean? So I do think there's a lot to learn for me, a lot to learn. I mean, that station has got a lot of experience, you know, you're talking a lot of, over 100 years experience of presenters. There's people what's been on there for when it was CFM, the commercial radio station for Carlisle. A lot of them was there for quite a long time. There's a lot of ex-CFM people there, and a lot of retired BBC Radio Cumbria presenters there, so you've got a heck of a lot of vast professional experience, and they know what they're doing, they know what they're talking about, they make it look and sound easy, do you know what I mean? But a lot of them kind of have the format that they stick to, you know, they stick to that format, and that's the way the show goes, which is great. It's very professional, but I don't really want to do that. It's not me, it's not what I'm about. I want to act professional when I'm in there, don't get me wrong, but I don't want to be like everyone else. I mean, there's a fine line between confidence and arrogance, trust me, and nobody likes the latter, do they? Myself included. I can't stand arrogance, and I can't stand arrogant people. But I think with me, my USP, my unique selling point, is me. It really is me, and I don't mean that in an arrogant way. It's just my personality and the way I am. But I've always been this way. But I'm a bugger, me. For I can't help myself sometimes. It must be the performer in me, the entertainer in me. Do you know what I mean? As soon as I go on there, it's like, right, how are you? We're upbeat. Come on, let's act crack. Where you all been? I'm here. I'm waiting for you. So I can come across as a bit, whoa, full on, like a firework going off. Maybe I'm a bit Puggleton. Yeah, you know, if you assess me, I'd probably be on spectrum somewhere. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? But that is just me. That's my personality. It's where I've always been. I can't be anybody else. So what you heard on her was me, how I am on these videos. I mean, I was acting professional as I could. I never swore or anything like that, you know what I mean? You can't do that because there's Ofcom involved and whatnot, there's licenses and regulations and that. My only concern, I mean, I've got a format in my mind going forward. I'm going to have to discipline myself a little bit more so I don't go off on a tangent. I stick to one particular topic, and then I'll put that to back burner and talk about something else on the next link. I was cramming too much information and just waffling on. Hey, but you know, I was excited. I was nervous to begin with, but I think that's natural, that's normal. I think if I'd have gone on not being nervous, it would have been, you know, concerning, because that's then verging on arrogance and, you know what I mean, narcissistic and whatnot. But I wanted to do a live show because I'm not a fan of pre-recording. If I'd have pre-recorded something, I'd have made a mistake and just, I'll re-record that again, and you can never get the perfect take. So I'm a fan of live because it's you and I, you messaging me in, which I interact with, you know what I mean? And then if I make a mistake, I make a mistake. You've nowhere to hide on a live show. Once that microphone goes up, you've nowhere to hide. Do you know what I mean? And you suddenly, the room feels small. It's like, ooh. But yeah, once I settled in, I think it was all right. But I do need to discipline myself a bit more to maybe act a bit more professionally on her with the way I'm talking and what I'm talking about, rather than just going off on one. Do you know what I mean? But my main concern for me was the music. I'll be honest with you. I thought, and I'm being honest, I thought a lot of music was a load of shite, to be honest. But there is a mix and match of music. Do you know what I mean? There's something from all genres, but all I seemed to get on that night were all kids' music, and I couldn't even tell you half a bloody of them was. Do you know what I mean? And that's my only main concern. I would really hope to build a little following up with this. That way I can then try and get some leeway on, can I choose some of my own music? I don't want to go in and say that's shite, I'm not playing that, and make all. It'd be nice if I could, because I do think that I've got a good, wide, varied taste in music. And when I've done my own online radio shows, I never had any complaints about the music that I played, because I want to cater for my own age. Because let's be honest, let's face it, there's not that many kids listen to radio anymore. There's not. They're all on the phones, on the podcasts, online and stuff like that, listening to different things. That they download their own music. I think the people that listen to radio these days are like middle-aged and above. Do you know what I mean? They're all my age and above. I mean, I'm 50 years old. I don't want to be playing Taylor Swift and all that stuff and also as well, the show was named as The Truck Stop, and I do think that a lot of the music I played wasn't. I'm not sexist in any way, shape or form, I'm just me, but it weren't manly enough. It wasn't manly enough, do you know what I mean? It wasn't like, you wouldn't expect a middle-aged truck driver to be listening to that and say, oh, isn't this great, you know what I mean? But that's my only concern, and I'm just being honest, but the station itself is brilliant, a very good professional setup, ran by professional people with a lot of experience behind them, and I could learn a lot, do you know what I mean? I could learn a lot, but in the same sense, I don't want to be moulded so I just sound like every other presenter out there, do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I don't want to be moulded into a commercial radio presenter. I want to be me. I want my personality to come across. So I'm going to stick to my true character that way, to me, my true self. But I think I could learn a lot from the people there. And it's just a case of, picking little bits out and then just, right, this is me. But yeah, the music, I played that song, This Is Me, oh, I didn't mind that actually, it was a good song. I didn't mind that at all. But yeah, I think the music going forwards, I think I would need to try and see if I can get some leeway with it to pick more. I'm not into particularly heavy rock as such, but I wouldn't mind, bit of indie, bit of 90s, bit of Britpop, a little bit of rock, some trucking songs, you know what I mean? Not like Convoy or like that crap, you know what I mean? But a bit of Johnny Cash, I've been everywhere, man. You can act crack then and interact. So hopefully if I can build a following up. I mean, I do believe there was quite a few people did listen to me online, and some of you interacted with me on the WhatsApp and whatnot. I thought there would have been a lot more, if I'm honest. But perhaps people was listening but just didn't message in. But I'm very appreciative of the people that did message in, and it was really good. It was great interacting with you and whatnot. So thank you very much for that. If you could do us a favour, I'm going again this Sunday coming. It's Tuesday today. If you could do us a favour and message in and maybe suggest a song. That's another way I could say, well, people are suggesting songs, let's deviate from this bloody playlist. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't want to upset everybody there by just coming in like a whirlwind, because you know what I'm like, I'm just me. Hey, how are you? You all right? I'm here. I don't want to upset everybody, and I'm thinking, who the hell does this pillock think he is? He's just literally come on board with us. He's no idea what he's doing. He don't know what buttons do what. And all of a sudden he's wanting to pick his own music. But I think I would like to work on that. I would like to work on that. I don't expect to take over the bloody place, to take over the station or anything, but just between on my slot for the 2 hours, I'd like some saying what I'm actually playing. Do you know what I mean? Because it's one of them, I've got to believe in what I'm doing. Does that make sense? Do you know what I mean? Otherwise it's just, you're just going through emotions, aren't you? Which would be different if I was getting paid for it and it was a full-time job. You'd just do as you're told and go through the motions. But there's no arrogance, there's no ego in me. I'm not doing this to be a professional paid. I know it's not going to lead anywhere. It's just a hobby. It's a bit of fun. I don't get paid for it. It's a bit of fun, and I have a passion for doing it. You know what I mean? So I'm not doing this to try and be the next big I am, because I think commercial radio, certainly local radio, has finished now. It's all gone. There are no commercial stations locally left anymore. They've all been swallowed up by the one big company which just churns out the same manufactured crap by the bucket load. But that's just my humble opinion. The local BBC's practically on its arse and gone, so I'm never going to get on local BBC or anything. Do you know what I mean? And I'm too old for all that now anyway. I'm too old for commercial radio. I'm certainly too old for the likes of Radio 1 I'd never get on Radio 2 because I'm not a celebrity. Do you know what I mean? Nobody knows me. The only thing I could try and do is something like Six Music or something, or, you know what I mean? But I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it for the love and passion and just having crack as a hobby. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? But no, I really enjoyed it. I did. Like I say, I was nervous at first. There's a lot of room for improvement for me personally. I need to structure myself going forwards and then stick to a plan and just have the crack in that. But I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed doing it, and I hope you can join me again next Sunday, or this Sunday coming, on 102.7 FM locally, and also online at yourcrfm.co.uk. Right, thanks very much. I'm going to get my tea on now, and well, I've been your old mate Borothea once again. You, my friend, have been beautiful. Speak to you on Sunday then, unless I do another video during the week. Thanks a lot. I'm out of here. Ta-ra.